Yo, what up, guys? What's going on? Hope you guys are doing well this morning. Getting rocking and rolling here with Morning Momentum. It's the first time you're tuning in. My name is Matt Beer. We do real estate. We buy properties nationwide. We also teach folks how to build their businesses to do virtual REI, to do the same, but with virtual assistants. So that is our thing. I love talking about VAs. I love showing you guys the framework behind getting your business set up with virtual assistants. A lot of people don't think it can be done, but we're the crazy ones that know it can. So hopefully you guys get some value from this. I'll go ahead and ask, if you guys if you've been watching these videos and you get value, please like this video. Please share it with anyone who you think would get value as well. And then, of course, if you haven't already, head over to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button because we go live there every single morning. What's up, guys, on Instagram? I'm glad you can tune in and hang out with me. Let's get rocking and rolling. So this is day number 21 of the virtual REI rundown. So we talked about lead gen. We talked about acquisition. We talked about disposition. Now we're talking about admin stuff. So I asked you guys first earlier this week to write down things that you're doing that doesn't serve you. It may serve your business. It has to get done, but maybe it doesn't serve you. Okay. It doesn't bring the most amount of revenue into your business. It's not the highest level activity you could be doing. What are those 5 things, right? And we talked about slowly starting to delegate, right? If you guys missed any of the other previous videos about delegation, it comes from defining what it is, demonstrating yourself or demonstrating someone doing that activity, and then documenting the results. So hopefully that is going to be a slow process, but you guys are at least taking actions, taking steps in the right direction. Okay. Today, I want to talk about something that is super important. So yesterday was systems managing, right? Monitoring the tools, which is a big admin task that you have to get done because it's necessary for your business to run, but it doesn't serve. It's not the highest level activity you could possibly be doing in your business. Because make no mistake, guys, as you get going in this business, you are the operator, right? You're the guy. You're everything kind of depends on you. You leave your business for a day and it feels like everything's on fire. It means you're probably still a pretty heavy operator in your business. Okay. So, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but just making sure you start taking steps so that way you're less on the operation side, more on how can you grow the business. Business is marketing and innovation, right? So you can't innovate if you're in the business always, right? Working in the business, being an operator for me, maybe I do way less operation now than I did a year and a half ago, but I get to see perspective okay, this is what's happening in our business, but this is where we want to go, right? There's a saying that says those who work, they work all day on their job. They have no time to make money. Sorry, I butchered that, but it's true. If you're working all day in your business, how is your business going to grow? You have no time to make some real money. Okay. So how can you use your time, which is finite? It's the only scalable thing you don't have, right? You can't scale your time. How can you focus that on high level activities? Okay. So today it's day number 21 for the admin task. We're going to talk about bookkeeping, right? Not the boring bookkeeping stuff, but the fact that you guys need to start keeping your books and allocating your money in your business properly. Who here has an issue with allocating their money properly in their business? Well, how do you even know what the proper allocation of funds in your business is? You make some money, but do you reinvest all of it? Do you get paid? Because if you ain't paying yourself, if you'll pay someone else and not pay you, who is the most valuable employee in your business? You are, as the business owner. And if you're not paying yourself, then you're saying I'm not worth anything. Okay. So allocating your money properly. Yes, you have to invest in your business to get it going, but there's a proper way to do that. So you still get paid as well. So you can do the things, because no one started a business to make no money, right? You need money. If you don't have money, you don't have a business, right? But you're also in this to make some, so you can do the things you want to do. Maybe that's retiring your parents. Maybe that's retiring yourself. Maybe that's helping your spouse. Maybe that's helping your kids, setting up a legacy. Whatever your goal is, right? You have to have money. And the only way to do that is start tracking your expenses and getting someone to help you with your books, right? A VA can definitely do this for you by tracking okay, we're spending this much a month. This is how we be more efficient. But most importantly, I want to share with you guys the profit first model. This is what we use in all of our businesses. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see it. This is what we use in all of our businesses. Okay. This is the profit first model. It doesn't matter if we make 10 grand. Doesn't matter if we make 1 grand. It doesn't matter if we make 200 grand or 400 grand or $1 million. It doesn't matter. This is how we allocate our revenue, right? Real revenue range. You guys can see if this is based on a year. So if your business is doing up to $250,000 a year, then of your 100% of your revenue, 5% should go to a profit account. And I'm going to tell you guys how you distribute this. But ultimately, let's just do a rough example, okay? So let's just say you had $100, okay? Your business made $100. So of the $100, $5 would go into a profit account, okay? So all these are different accounts, guys. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts here, okay? So your profit account will get $5. Your owner's pay would get $50. That's what you would make. Your tax account would get $15, and your operating expenses would get $30. That means on a monthly basis, if I'm generating $100, then I can only spend $30 to generate that $100. Okay. My operating expenses is 30%. Okay. Now, of course, as you level up, if you're making, anything over, again, this is yearly revenue. If you're making 100K a year, 200K a year, you would still be following this model. The goal is as you scale your business and as you start doing more and more revenue, you start saving more, right? You start putting more into your profit account. So this profit account is paid quarterly, guys. So all of our business is set up this way. So January, February, March, at the end of March, we got the distribution from our profit account. The money that was sitting in there was an additional pay, which is awesome because no matter what, I know that I'm getting that profit money every 3 months, every quarter, right? But as your business grows, the profit account will grow a little bit. The owner's pay will drop, okay, because your operating expenses go up. As you can see, as your business does more revenue, typically your expenses go with it. But the goal is, and if you're not careful with this, as you run your business, it's so easy to just put everything back in your business. And next thing you know, you look up and your operating expenses is 75%, 80%, and you're still down here where it should be 40% of your business, right? Or maybe you're down here where it should be 30% of your business. So you have to track your expenses, because when you follow this model too, you can always feel comfortable that, hey, there is money set aside for taxes. I don't have to worry about that. And my operating expenses are always going to be there. So I know what I have in our operating expenses account. I know how much we can pay for marketing. I know how much we can pay for our overhead. But the goal is to find areas, right? So there was a time, I'm going to tell you guys right now a story about Start Virtual. There was a time where our operating expenses to Start Virtual exceeded 75%. So we had to make a decision of, okay, well, how can we decrease our operating expenses and save some money in certain things that we're doing? Where is the business bloated, right? And we made some decisions and we end up cutting some cost, and we, kind of tweaked a few things in our system, and we were able to drop our operating expenses from 75% to 55%. So the goal, we dropped 20% of our operating expenses, but we knew that we had to based on this model. If you don't know these numbers, you just think you're running a business. Your business is making a bunch of money, but you're also spending a bunch of money. So we keep our eyes on this number always. And if we can save more money, right, and decrease our expenses, then it allows us to do other things with the money, right? It allowed us to go hire more full-time employees for salary, right? It allowed us to distribute more towards, other cool ventures that we're trying to do, any other ways that we can grow the business. But if we're strangling, right, money in your business can chokehold your business. You're not getting any oxygen because you're spending too much money. When you're able to track this properly, you end up finding little pockets, little things that you can save money here and there. So we audit our system at least every month to see where we're spending money unnecessarily. So that way we can open up and save more money to do other things with it. So again, guys, we wouldn't know any of this if we didn't track it on Profit First. So if you're not following the Profit First model, at least have something to follow. Okay. You don't have to do this book, even though I highly recommend it. Okay. If you're stubborn and I hate that, I don't want to do it that way, that's totally cool. But at least have something, and then have a bookkeeper that can help you stay on track and will tell you, hey, our operating expenses is going up this month, or hey, your operating expenses is going down this month. You're going to want a bookkeeper that is familiar with the Profit First system if you go this way. And it helps us stay way more organized with our distribution. It helps us stay way more organized with how much money do we actually have in the business. We have never once, and I'm pretty proud about this, we've never once had to take on outside money for our businesses. Right? we've been able to self-fund and do everything with them because we keep track of our expenses here. So guys, that is where you're at today for admin tasks. As you start to grow your real estate business in wholesaling, be careful with the money that you spend. It's so tough. Maybe you get a deal and you make 10 grand on it. Maybe you make 20 grand on it. It's so tough not to take that 15, 20 grand and say, boom, I'm gonna put 15 back into marketing and we're gonna grow this business. High five, right? Next thing you know, you don't have any money to really pay yourself. And the business, it just spent a bunch of money that, like, obviously you don't have. Your operating expenses at that point was 75%, and your business hadn't done 250,000. So really, you should have spent probably about 30% of that money on growing the business. So if you made 10 grand, you should probably think about spending 3 grand. If you made 20 grand, what is that? You should probably think about spending 6 grand. So being conscious of this. And then on the flip side, a lot of folks take way more pay than what they should. I made 20 grand. I'm going to go buy that nice thing I've been wanting for 15, 16, 17, 18. Now your business doesn't have enough money to grow either, and you're right back to square one. So being able to balance this is super important, guys. So if you don't know the book, it's called Profit First by Michael Michalowicz. This is the chart that's in the book. Being accountable to your funds, being accountable to how you run your book, your back end of your business is your responsibility as the business owner. It is crucial if you want it to grow the way it should and keeping a healthy business. I don't know about you guys, but I want healthy businesses. I don't want to feel like I'm straying. My business is like slowly choking because we don't have enough money, or we're spending too much, or we're paying ourselves too much, right? By this, everything is done. And like, I don't even have to think about it. Just if we made $100, it follows this model. If we make $10,000, it follows this model. If we make $1 million, it follows this model. Okay. So guys, that's your action item today. If you haven't picked up this book, I highly recommend picking it up. If you don't have a bookkeeper, get a bookkeeper that's familiar with Profit First. And I promise you, you will reap the benefits of this by doing it early on in your business, because keeping the finances is your job as the business owner. Cool, guys? I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out with me this morning. This is number 21. Get the book, check out the chart, check out your finances. If you're not doing this now, start doing it. It's okay if you haven't. Don't feel guilty if you haven't been doing this. Don't feel guilty if you haven't set money aside for taxes. Just start doing it now. That's it. All right. Cool, guys. I appreciate you all coming and hanging out. Instagram, thank you guys. Guys on YouTube and Facebook, I appreciate you all. Again, if you got some value, please like this video. If you haven't yet, head over to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you all. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace.